What up, boo-boo baggins? I'm insane. I'm so tired that I'm like slap happy. We've been crazy busy for like days at the restaurant, which is great. But I am like burnt like toast. And like October swallowed me whole. I don't think I've had enough time. Like I need good concentrated chunks of time alone. I need days where I can really get into a good deep clean in the house. And I need days where I can like be creative and days where I can just veg out and wander around. And the nice thing about my job is that usually I can have 3 days off in a row where I get all of that out of my system, and then I can set myself up for like pretty productive days during my work days. But October has been so full, and I've had a lot of readings and done some of those things as well. And then I have had like family obligations and things going in every which way. So I'm like ready for this week's days off. I have to work tomorrow. That's my last day of work this week. Tomorrow is going to be huge. Tomorrow we have midterms to vote for. So I've got to get up early and get there first thing so I don't have to wait in line, because tomorrow is also the full moon and a full lunar eclipse. And me and my nephew were talking at work, and he was mentioning that it was the last like full eclipse or full lunar eclipse until 2025. So that's going on tomorrow. And so that means that we'll have our workshop tomorrow. So I'm going to have to film that like in between voting and before work. I hope I can get it edited and uploaded before work. I hate when I'm like trying to get it uploaded to like YouTube and like I'm going into work and I'm trying to like do my side work, but I'm still trying to like get it all uploaded for everybody. So I'm going to try to get that done before work. And yeah, and then the actual work. Tonight I was already so tired that I was watering a table for a really long time, just going slow, and I started to like drift off into like trance mode, probably channeling. And I just didn't realize whether or not I'd actually greeted them out loud or whether I had just been saying the words in my mind. So here we are. Highly suggest going and watching yesterday's Oracle forecast for the week. We have some really exciting and good energy to look forward to. Today's anchor message follows that pattern as well. I pulled from the archetypes deck, the wild unknown archetypes. Like I'm so nonverbal right now. Like 3 cards came together and they were really like telling a story. They really had a narrative. And then I pulled 2 tarot cards to supplement, and they all just fit together so well. And the way that the pictures and everything look, it's just like, I don't know. You'll see what I'm saying. So this week was all about expanding into this joyful next chapter and letting go of like all of the things holding us back from that, all of the limiting beliefs, all of the, assumptions that we're carrying around about, how life has to be and, how we have to be in it, and the shouldas and couldas and wouldas and all that. Throwing them to the curb. We are having like a new cycle start that we have been given this opportunity to help write our destiny, to co-create. And so we hopefully, if you've been in tune with like the cosmos this year, you've been sort of like doing a lot of transformation and rewriting your story and giving up old ways of thinking about things and approaching things and really stepping into like that version of your like deepest core authentic self that like totally lights you up and makes you feel like, all is in its right place, that life that you can imagine for yourself, that you dream of, and you're like, how do I get that? Like we're learning how to be that person this year. And we've been embodying these new qualities, and we've also been sort of doing the work of pruning all of those things out, making huge major life changes, and we've been recalibrating and readjusting and we've been pivoting and reinventing, and so it's been a very long and arduous slog of a year. It's been sort of like running with this whole metaphor that we have of like life being a movie or like a series. This whole year, 2022, has been this sort of bridge year. It's been like being in the slog of like a really long second act where you feel a plot point coming to kind of like turn it around, but you're really just like grinding down resistance, and then you're just like challenged like for the whole year. And it's just been like this slow building, and it's really felt like the whole thing is just like kind of unfolded in slow-mo, like if you were watching like a 35 millimeter film strip movie, when it starts like the projector, maybe like the power goes out and the projector slows down, and it's just like in slow-mo, and you can see each frame, like this year has felt like the whole thing has just been like each frame of the movie you can see, because it's just so slow, like just mirrors falling like dominoes is what it feels like. Been so tiring. And then like at the beginning of the year, it was like, oh, like death and transformation, a new beginning is coming, and it just felt like that took forever to like 3 months. And like for 3 months we were like, okay, like we're in the thick of like this transformation, and then for like 3 months we were like, okay, now we're in the portal of the beginning of the shift into like the walk into the new, and so now it's like, oh, the credits are rolling, and now we're finally sort of like have come through our season finale, the climax, and now we're sort of in this void liminal space where we're starting to get teasers of the coming season, but we're just not like quite in it yet. And I think that that's what 2023 is going to be. Like 2022 was the year of like building foundations, setting the foundations, clearing the ground, like doing the whole like demolish the structure, clear the ground, make way for the new, and setting that new foundation. So then for 2023, we can begin to implement and build. And so what we're doing now is we are sort of training ourselves to become the higher version of ourselves. And so you might be exhausted, especially in the midst of eclipse season, where old things are coming back to you, or you're being reacquainted with some of the things that have challenged you in the past, or similar themes, similar lessons, right? And so we're being given this opportunity to pay attention to the triggers. Some of them may not even be triggering us anymore, right? But we're having had built the discipline to be able to pause and slow down. We're now able to evaluate and be like, okay, what is going on? In Kabbalah class from the Kabbalah Center, like the big theme is pause. Pause. What a pleasure. What an opportunity. Why is this in my movie? Regardless of whether something great is happening or whether something irritating or challenging or uncomfortable is happening, pause. What a pleasure. Why is this in my movie? Because it's offering you a chance to use your free will to overcome and transcend all the things that you have been as your past self, as your lesser self, and now you are coming into the more of the fullness of your being. You're growing into your potential. Your potential is expanding, and you're kind of pushing beyond your growth edge. So like we're having those growing pains, but it's because we're training ourselves by repetition to start responding to things differently, to start perceiving things differently, to react, to experience life differently, so that we can be the people that we need to be to create the life that we want to create for ourselves, that we dream of. So, having said that, our archetype cards were the Hunter was our first card, followed by actually just like trying to figure out like the way that the pictures looked, because it's like reversed when I do the video, so I have to turn them around. Okay, so we got Hunter, just like this horse, galloping towards the nectar, and we have the riddle. And I think what this is about is it's like, enjoy the hunt, right? The nectar. You're going after what you want, what your heart really desires, right? But it's important that we enjoy the journey, because it's the cultivation of the bliss and the love and the passion within us that's aligning us with the path that will be like, with the path that will align with the destiny that will fulfill us the most, right? So stay in your joy, enjoy the journey, enjoy the hunt, have fun doing it. And the nectar is in the hunt, right? It's not just about a means to an end. It's not just about what you're getting. So really think about, you know, stay motivated by keeping your eye on the prize. You know, what are you aiming for? Where's your heart leading you? Where's your soul been leading you? Like, now is like the time where you're becoming the kind of person who can get there. You're transforming your life and yourself and your conditions to start creating and manifesting this life, this nectar that you seek. And so these manifestations that we've been working towards all year, it's like, I feel like they're really close, and they're just beyond our reach, just around the corner, just beyond our vision. Like, it's like the horse is just like galloping and galloping, and he's like kind of like looking down, not really watching where he's going, because he's just like focusing on like working hard to get there. It's just like, keep your head down and keep going. Don't look up, don't look down, just keep focused, keep trotting. Keep trotting along, and the nectar will come. Enjoy solving this riddle. You know, that's part of the hunt, right? The part of the hunt and the joy of the hunt is like this building mystery that's unfolding, and like trying to solve this riddle. The universe has been playing with us, and it's been sending us these magical little like experiences and synchronicities and signs and oracles and messages. And it's also been sending us a lot of downloads and revelations and insights about, you know, our place within our purpose in this world, in this life, and in the cosmos. And so all of that is like deep in your heart, all of the information you have access to, but you can't really get there unless you are quiet and paying attention and have like the stillness within. Like, even if things are like going crazy on the outside and you're running around like with your, like a chicken with your head cut off, you can still have this like inner centered quiet part of you inside where you can always tune into that at any point. That's how I can like pick up on my intuition. Like, even if there's like crap going on all around me, it's like I've learned how to cultivate that point within myself and like connect with it. So therein lies the riddle. There's riddles coming up, and there might even be fun little riddles and mysteries in your life that are striking your fancy and your curiosity, and just have fun. Like, enjoy the sweetness and the fun of an unfolding mystery, of kind of trying to figure out a riddle. I like too that this is like the card has these two hands and they meet at the bottom. There's like this like Celtic knot going on. I don't know. I'm just seeing like, when I was looking at the imagery earlier, it just reminded me of like the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming together and like having their center be the light, right? And the Christ within. It's kind of reminded me of the tree of life in a way, and the spirit in the kind of the upper supernal realms, and then in the Christ center. But yeah, so it's like the masculine and the feminine hand coming together. The reminds me of the mystery of like the sacred union, or like the sacred marriage within, of like the spirit and the soul and the mind and the heart, right? That divine masculine and feminine part within us, where then we marry like the higher self with the shadow self and the liminal self, I guess, the middle self, the self that we're presenting at any given time. The inner and the outer, the material and the non-material, all of those things coming together. Yes. And so then underneath, Hunter, Nectar, and the Riddle, we had strength. So it was like this. So this kind of crowned these two figures here. We had strength and the hermit. And I love that both of these characters are just like also much like the horse, kind of like their eyes are closed, they're focused and turned inward into their interior realm, into their intrinsic realm. And it's like they're just about to run right into each other. But it's like the hermit, it's like what I see here is we have this hunt that's unfolding, that there's this mystery involved, this unfolding mystery, and there's a sweetness to it, something to be enjoyed and to be had. But I think that it is important right now to use the self-mastery and the discipline you've developed and the strength to surrender to this experience in a gentle way of allowing, like in a divine feminine sense. And the strength card usually talks about strength through gentleness and not through force, not through aggression, not through a lot of like pushiness, right? So I think that this is like, have the strength to just allow the rest of the year kind of to unfold as you are sort of like becoming this new version of yourself, and as the story, the new chapter of our lives starts to develop. Just allow yourself the strength to stick with your routines that you've been developing, stick with your the goals that you've set yourself, stand by the boundaries and, you know, the deal breakers and the non-negotiables that you've set, but like in a gentle way, just enjoy, and you keep showing up as your best self, but allow for the universe to unfold and dazzle you, and pay attention to the magic it's trying to share with you. I'm trying to force, because what you want to do is like surrender your will to the care of the higher self, because then you can fall into alignment with the harmony of the cosmos, and like the creator will align you with the version of your life that is going to be so outstandingly satisfying for you that you can't even you would fuck it up if you tried to like force your will. So get out of the way. Keep doing what you're doing to show up for your goals, but don't force. Surrender, allow, don't micromanage the universe. Trust the timing, trust the unfolding, allow things to develop organically. And as you do, the revelation and the understanding will like take root, and then you will be able to shine a light for others. The hermit, it's like, be strong, because you may be in a season where you are kind of in a solitary season of your life, but it's not going to be forever. So hold out, be strong, and don't settle, and stick by your guns. But yeah, stand up. I don't think we're being challenged in this way, but like it's like we're pouring concrete into a mold of a statue that is becoming our higher self. So allow your new self to set and become like solidified. So that's what's keeping you kind of in this solitary state, so that you can find, like, recalibrate and like stabilize as this new self without other energies and influences trying to pull you in, and you having to like take into account everybody else, if that makes sense. Like, you're being given a moment to like become this new thing, this new version of you, without having everybody else involved or other people's like opinions pulling at you, right? Like we've cut the apron strings. We've cut all of like the past, you know, exes out of the picture. Like, we are not living like under the rule of the authority of our parents or our grandparents or whoever raised us. Like, we're all grown-ups here, or I'm assuming that we are. So yes, we're making our own decisions for ourselves. So as you're setting up this new chapter of your life, hold those boundaries. Even if some people's parents are dead, but like the echo of the voice of their parents is still controlling their life, right? We have to leave our father's house like Abraham did and find, you know, our own way, expand. Like, the living word is a vine, or I can't remember. I think it was like a vine that keeps reproducing. It was never supposed to be just one branch, you know? So it's like we're awakening to our new selves. So keep that in mind as you make each decision going forward, as you choose your thoughts, as you choose your feelings, as you choose the way that you perceive things. What is real and true in your heart of hearts, not what everybody else wants you to do and think and say, right? So enjoy the hunt. There is like sweetness on the horizon. I feel good things coming. We've been talking about this. Enjoy like figuring out the riddle. The mysteries of the universe are unfolding all around you, but you might have some fun little mysteries and riddles that you are that you're playing with in your own life, that you're looking into, things that may be striking your curiosity. And yes, strength and the hermit. Be strong. Don't force, but have the strength and the discipline to like relax into the moment is basically what I'm saying right now. Like, don't get impatient and try to start being controlling or manipulative with the universe. Relax. Trust. That which has not killed you has made you stronger. Just trust. Use that trust muscle. Relax, see where like the tides are taking you, like be able to go with the flow without getting caught up in the current, if that makes sense. Like, I'll just say it again and you can chew on it. Go with the flow. Be flexible and allow yourself to be able to go with the flow without getting swept away in the current. Keep your faculties, right? All right. Whoa, didn't see there. Sorry. I'm crazy. I'm insane. I'm so tired. I need to drink like 10 gallons of water. I don't think I've had water in a month. I mean, I have, but just not enough. And I'm going to eat something and take like a scalding hot shower and then have a very full day tomorrow. Ciao!